What's up, guys? Mike and Ward with GWACC Endeavor Defensive Fitness. We saw a rather unfortunate video of a guy getting beat up and stabbed in a subway, and some guy was pretty much just standing there filming it, and no one else was doing anything. But some basic jiu-jitsu would have gone a long way with that guy. Okay, so this is sort of the position that we started in. It was kind of just like a damaged, half-guard, sprawled, ugly position here. Okay, and the guy was constantly just flailing and just trying to post out and just do all this stuff, and just, you know, pretty much anything that someone who's done jiu-jitsu for any period of time wouldn't do. But very common human reaction. Okay, so when I'm here, first thing I really want to try and do is protect my head and face, which he was doing a fairly poor job at. He was out here reaching, trying to catch punches and deal with the limb, the attacking limb out there. Okay, I'm going to start close. I'm going to start at his shoulders with my nice praying mantis grips here. I'm going to start using my elbows to flare and control. Okay, so that's taking care of his striking, taking care of his anything in his hands right here. I don't want to go too far down. If I do, he can roll out and kind of come back in yet. So I have to start super close inside, claw down, flare out. Okay, so second thing I would have coached that guy through is to get a better hip position. So he was here just kind of like loose, yeah, and the guy was just on top of him, just wailing on him. So here, one, control up top, post, get your hip out in better position, okay? Once I'm here, I'm in a way stronger spot. Okay, it doesn't necessarily look like it, but I have control of his arm on this side, and I have control of his body on this side with my underhook. Okay, and it transfers from this inside control really well. So now, once I'm attached to him, if he tries to rear up to strike or anything, I'm with him. Okay, so that would have prevented the second position, which was mount, really, which is where things got really bad. He was mounted, his legs were flailing again, he had no connection to the floor with his hips. Okay, you need to be connected here in order to be able to get someone off you there. Okay, this is also when the striking, he was also still reaching here, you know, dealing with strikes out in this open space. Okay, stay nice and tight, he's dealing with the strikes, cover up, one nice high cover. And then a knife was presented, and that pretty much is where stuff got really bad. Apparent, something pointy. I didn't see the draw in the video. I don't know, like it.
I think my hypothesis is it was out the whole time, but yeah, it's hard to tell.
Yeah. Anyway, a knife happened, and that guy started getting stabbed and cut with it. The guy still was striking and stabbing and kind of dealing with it out here. Okay, and he was getting cut up. You start to see a kind of a puddle of blood and stuff like that too. Okay. So whether he starts to get the dangerous hand by starting to pin it in, something to anything, wrist control would be kind of the biggest thing here is with that weapon. Okay, if I can go 2-on-1, okay, if I can start to stuff it away from me, and I can start making space with my hips, again, flailing here, not going to happen. So if I can get connection here, the floor with my toes, I can make space, and I can start to get into a better position that way. Okay. Third thing, just kind of overall, is like he kept backing himself up into like a fan, into a corner. He was just constantly turning and bucking when he was bucking, actually turning into worse position. Not that there's really a good position to be in like a subway terminal with a man on top of you trying to stab you. But he wasn't helping himself. So again, with that connection to the floor, you can start to move, make people off balance, and start to control. It's and tighten. And then as soon as like that post goes, you have your basic escapes. Okay. So a very small amount of grappling would have gone a very far way with that guy. To be probably a lot more intact, I imagine. But yeah, that's just kind of like our 2 cents, our analysis of that video. Maybe if he popped into a GWACC seminar, you never know. Next one is still to be announced, but yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the interesting things I saw in that video was, of course, the video starts, they're already on the ground, but the guy taking the video, the way he describes it is that the guy on top took the other one down as they were getting off the train, and then started sticking them with a knife. So there's a lot of energy behind the idea of avoiding training dealing with knives and guns in clinch and ground range, because you should just run away. which, yeah, that's true, but there's the failure there is a failure to distinguish between a knife brandish or threat, like a mugging where someone's asking for your wallet and brandishing a weapon. That's a totally different thing than in the middle of a fight, a knife coming out. And both scenarios happen, right? It's not, it doesn't do any good to pretend that it's always going to be set up with a guy holding his knife out here asking you for something.
And I think I even saw one person, like the original video comments saying like, oh, I'd get my gun out and shoot him. I'm like, that dude on top of you, like, I don't know, I don't see it. So
yeah, especially if you haven't trained it.
Yeah, GWACC Module 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, interesting stuff. Unfortunate event, but that is kind of what's going on sometimes. So gotta learn how to deal with it. Cool. Have a nice day.